State Senator Justin Reedy from Carroll and Frederick counties takes little comfort in knowing his prediction was right.
The idea of getting to say I told you so it's cold comfort, because I don't really like saying I told you so. I want us to address the problems.
It was 1 year ago that Project Baltimore first spoke with Reedy about the blueprint for Maryland's future, the state's massive K-12 public education overhaul.
You signify by saying aye.
At the time, Reedy was warning his colleagues in Annapolis, saying the blueprint was too expensive, too restrictive, and needed to be adjusted.
We can shift the mandates and spending, still increase spending on an investment in education, but just slow the process down a little bit so that it's more sustainable.
The blueprint for Maryland's future was passed in 2021. The law pumps billions of additional state and local tax dollars into public education every year, with the goal of creating a world-class school system in Maryland. But the blueprint, while increasing funding, also mandates where much of a district's funding must go. And those mandates have led local school systems to make difficult decisions.
We are not seeking exemption from the requirements of Blueprint, but rather more time to achieve them.
In order to meet state funding requirements, Carroll County Public Schools plan to lay off nearly 100 staff members whose jobs were not mandated by the blueprint. But a one-time waiver by the state saved those jobs for now.
Promises made should be promises kept.
Teachers in Baltimore County protested last week after learning an already agreed-upon pay raise may no longer happen.
This has not been the budget development season we had originally anticipated.
In Howard County, the school system received $14.5 million in emergency funding from County Council to close a $15 million budget shortfall, in part caused by mandated blueprint spending.
It will not surprise any of you that I believe we did not go far enough.
Maryland Governor Wes Moore in May signed into law House Bill 504, the Excellence in Maryland Public Schools Act. Moore did not get everything he wanted in the bill, but the legislation marks the first adjustments to the blueprint, which Reedy predicted last year had to happen.
Even though Governor Moore and I have a lot of disagreements, he has at least said, hey, we do need to make changes. And right now, the General Assembly majority is really where there's opposition to making those changes.
The most significant change from the law delays the implementation for 2 years of a provision that doubles teacher collaboration time from 20% to 40%. Reedy says that change is helpful, but he says the law is still unworkable.
And the resistance is there's powerful interest groups, from unions to other sorts of advocacy organizations. And a lot of our Democratic state legislators are more worried about getting primaried and being attacked for being against education.
Now, Reedy has more predictions. He believes the blueprint will be further adjusted during next year's legislative session in 2026, but only slightly. He says the big changes will come in 2027, after next year's midterm elections.
We're going to be in a similar boat if we don't make some major restructuring to Blueprint. We need more flexibility, as well as maybe less commitment to huge mandated spending increases year after year after year.
Reedy is not alone in calling for more flexibility in how the blueprint is implemented. Last December, the superintendents for all 24 school systems in Maryland wrote a 12-page letter with a similar concern, saying the one-size-fits-all approach does not work for all school systems. We will stay on this story. I'm Chris Pabst, and this is Project Baltimore. I'm Chris Pabst. Thanks for watching. Here's another story to watch. Also, if you have a story idea, please send us a message.